Biggest mistake women make on their journey to attracting the right man and how to avoid it. That's what I want to talk about in this video. And I'm going to give you a mindset shift. It's actually a roadmap so that you know exactly where you are on the journey to attracting the right man, and you can avoid making this big mistake. And the mistake is giving the wrong men too much benefit of the doubt. And it's super easy to do, especially if you're a reasonable, high achieving woman who's very self-aware and has been doing inner work for years. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to stop giving the wrong men too much benefit of the doubt and what I want you to know on your journey to attracting the right man. And you guys, I'm really excited about this. And so if you've been following me for a long time, you know I started off teaching the masculine and feminine energy dynamic, and that has been the foundation of my work for a really long time. And now that I have seen this huge gap in the industry and in self-development and in books and all the things, I'm like, oh my gosh, women really need to be more equipped with learning how to recognize healthy and unhealthy behaviors in men so that they stop spending weeks, months, years of their lives hoping that a man will change and they can make themselves available for the right man. And I used it in the past, it seemed like women who were in their late 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s had gone through enough like relationship heartbreak, and they were able to really hear what I had to say. And that was with the masculine and feminine energy dynamic. It's like they needed to be tuned into that. And what I have found with teaching women how to recognize healthy and unhealthy behaviors in men is that I can reach a broader range of women, that, and what I'm teaching is so grounded that it makes sense no matter what, where a woman is on her journey. And this is something I'll be teaching my daughters. And something that's been really exciting is that I recently had a woman come to me, and she's 24 years old. And she hasn't had that relationship trauma or heartbreak, and she can avoid this as much as possible. Every woman has their journey, but she's going to be able to recognize healthy and unhealthy behaviors in men right away, and she's not going to have to learn it the hard way. And so that's why I say as much as possible, because we all have our journey and whatever is going to help us grow the most. But if a woman can have this information before she starts dating, like my clients say, this should be taught in schools. This should be taught before women are actually even dating men. So this is what I want you to know, right? You want to learn how to discern if a man's energy is facing himself or is facing you. And a healthy man will be grounded in himself. He'll prioritize himself while also being able to prioritize you at the same time, where an unhealthy man is going to prioritize himself first. And you'll feel it. You'll feel that things are mostly about him. Okay. So I went over the 3 archetypes in another video. I'll link it below. But here's what I want you to know. I want you to have this mindset, this roadmap, so that you can avoid giving the wrong men too much benefit of the doubt for too long. So I want you to imagine that we are on a road trip. Okay. It's just me and you, you're in the passenger, and I want you to know, like, I know exactly where we're going. I know exactly how to get there. I've done this many, many times. Okay. We're not going to get lost. We're not going to go off track or anything. And I do feel like once a woman has this information and she's aware and grounded in herself, the road almost has like bumpers on it. It's like, you just can't go off track. So first and foremost, I want you to write down your love compass. And this is what I have my clients do. And it's the top 10 feelings that you want to feel in your ideal relationship. This is not a manifesting tool, so don't get too caught up in having the perfect words. And ultimately, if we take those words, if you feel good, you feel safe, you want to continue, you feel good, you feel excited. That's how you know you're at the right destination. And and that just continues, that stays consistent over time. Okay. So we're on a road trip. Here's the destination. And along the way, we have to stop off at these towns. And these towns are men. And this is like, you stop off at a town and you go out on a date with a man. And this is my elevated dating method, where I want you to learn to discern if a man is facing himself or you in 3 days or less. And it will become very apparent, especially if you understand my 3 archetypes that I briefly went over in the video that I'm going to link. So that's your focus. And being intentional around dating is, okay, is his energy facing me or himself? And it will become crystal clear. So we're on this road trip, you go out on a date, maybe, with my clients, we talk about it, go over it, see what she's observed. And when you're dating a healthy man, you will feel excited. It will feel good and grounded, and you'll want to see him again. That's how it should feel. With a surfer, with these other archetypes, the surfer and the seducer, it will feel like you might want to see him again, but there will be a lot of waves or turmoil or chaos. With a sailor, it feels grounded. Okay. So we keep going. So you only want to stay in the town for 3 dates or less, unless you're dating a healthy man. Okay. And then we got to discern if it's your healthy man or not, because even though a man is showing up as a sailor, doesn't mean he's your sailor. And so we can't avoid stopping at these towns. They're part of the journey. And it's really cute because some of my clients have started saying, we're in so-and-so's town today, or we've been in so-and-so's town for a week. Now we're going on 2 weeks now. And this is how you stop giving the wrong men too much benefit of the doubt, by being very intentional, by observing and discerning if a man is fully capable of showing up in a healthy way right from the very beginning. And it's almost impossible to stay and to continue to date a man whose energy is facing himself once you know this information. So let's say we keep, we're going along, stop out in a town, get back on the road. We keep going. We're having a good time, stop in a town. And then we see what's going on. And then whatever comes up along the way is what a woman needs to help her show up as a more integrated, healthy relationship partner, whether it's some reframing or some mindset work or emotional work. But whatever comes up is not an obstacle for her ending up at the destination with her right man. And that's how simple it is, you guys. It's not always easy, but it is very, very simple. So this is how you stay in the fast lane. This is how you collapse the manifesting timeline, by being very intentional about who you're dating and if a man is showing up healthy or not. And here's what else I want you to know. I want dating to be like the background music, right? We're having a conversation. I want us to enjoy the road trip, have fun, enjoy the journey, the process. And what we're looking at in front of us is how to create your best life. And then the dating process gets to be the music in the background. So you're not highly focused on dating. You're not, I don't want any woman hyper focusing on it, because that's how you get on an emotional roller coaster. We want to neutralize the emotions as much as possible, to not get on emotional roller coasters, because then it makes it hard to discern if it's your stuff or a man's stuff showing up. So I really want you to know that your relationship should feel good 90% of the time. And I don't say 100%, because your stuff is going to come up, his stuff's going to come up, but ultimately it should be calm and steady 90% of the time. Let's say you meet a sailor who has some surfer tendencies. If you are communicating in a very clear and grounded, direct, loving way, then things can shift. And if a man responds in a very positive way to that kind of communication, then you can keep moving forward. So there's a lot of nuances here, but ultimately, is his energy facing you? Because you're showing up with your energy facing him, right? Like you're showing up available. And the idea is that you meet and then you just continue to grow closer and closer together. That's what it should feel like, that you continue to move closer together until you end up in a long-term committed relationship. And it's very calm and steady. Okay. So let me know if this is helpful for avoiding the biggest mistake women make, which is giving the wrong men too much benefit of the doubt, and how not to do that. And if having this visualization of us being on a road trip together is helpful for you.